Howdy y'all, hope you're having a good day. Silver Trade here again with another video. 461 out of the last 538 trading days, short volume on GameStop has been over 50%, but lately that hasn't been the case. Short interest on XRT slightly went down to 395%, and this is trending all over Reddit, y'all are gonna have to see it too. This gentleman saved up for a really long time apparently and was really excited about getting his PS5 at GameStop. We just got the new data for failures to deliver on GameStop. As you can see, nothing too crazy really going on. But as you can also see, even when there is huge spikes, it doesn't always impact the stock price. And from this large spike, you can kind of tell that they're covering it, they're trying to hide it, it's breaking out, they're like, no, get back in there. But what's up with the giant spike on, a normal move to the downside? Quote unquote. And to anybody who is hoping to get GME at $10 again, bad news. So they have $4 billion in cash and approximately $2.7 billion in assets. So that's about $6.7 billion with 425 million shares. So that's about $15.76 per share. So that's about the bare minimum. I mean, that's what their cash worth. But I don't know if he did liabilities on I don't know if he included liabilities with this. So this isn't entirely accurate, but I just thought it was cool. And this guy absolutely loves his CandyCon controller. He's able to use them on like all of his devices, and we have all thought about that. Like, man, I wish I just had a controller that I could like play with and put it on a screen like my iPad while I'm in a car. But no, they've never really had that before. But this guy is saying that he is loving it for exactly that. And so I'm sure all of y'all heard, but the Xbox 360 store completely shut down the other day, this week. And GameStop was cracking some jokes that, people should have been buying physical copies. And so this guy asked with 12 million followers, hey, do y'all still buy discs? And 60% of 12 million people said they do still buy discs. Today, Powell said a September rate cut could be on the table. And today, they decided to hold interest rates with where they're at. Iran is gonna say what up to Israel again. And the Venezuelan president, whatever that is, has challenged Elon Musk to fight on national television. And Elon Musk came back and said he'll chicken out. Oh my goodness, am I excited to see this. So like we talked about, 461 of the last 538 trading days, short volume on GameStop has been over 50%, like well over, normally about 80%. But lately, as you can see down here, short volume these last couple of days has been less than half, which is strange. But we also know we've had extremely low volume for a couple of weeks now on GameStop. GameStop on the chart, I still think it's really important to just zoom out sometimes and realize where we're at. We haven't been above the 50% on the RSI since November of 2020. Like way back here. Like we got above it right here barely, but then we never really got above it again. The end of 2021 was really the last time we were above the 50% on RSI. It's been years since we've been above 50% again. And on the weekly, we're still holding strong. I know the MACD is looking like it's about to cross and pull us down. But the MACD is not a end-all be-all indicator. As we can see, that was the same story right here. I mean, even on low volume, y'all saw it. It was just, all day. It's wanting to move up. But towards the end of the day, it got kicked down about a whole dollar about an hour before close. But even on low volume, it's wanting to move. On the daily, it doesn't look great, but let's not forget we haven't gone below 2240, and we're still holding that line pretty strong. On the NASDAQ, I'm not really going to touch it until we get below this white line. It needs to break that white line before we're really not in bullish territory anymore. And Nancy Pelosi just bought Nvidia this morning, and so naturally Nvidia, went up. Oh my gosh. So naturally Nvidia went from about 111 to 121. Up about 16% in a day on a multi-trillion-dollar stock. Oh my goodness. And don't forget about AMC. They're looking good. It doesn't look great. that we're not able to get above this white line. Like, we've been toying with it for so long, even with all these moving averages and all the liquidity that it could possibly want. They do have earnings coming up, and since it's been under this line for so long with earnings, I'm really not super excited about this. I mean, they just continuously do offerings, and I just don't trust it. And since, these hedge funds and the banks really move the markets to make it look natural, it just totally makes sense in my head that they've made it have this really, really bearish, can't get through the 550 line and hold it. They give it this really bearish thing for really until since their last earnings, and then now once earnings comes around, just with the teensiest bit of bad news, they're gonna fud this thing all the way back to, I don't know, maybe 250. Who knows? But earnings and a chart like this coming up, and just the way that AMC and GameStop move, I'm not super excited about that personally. But I was literally eating crayons before I turned on my mic, so please don't take my opinion seriously at all. This video was made for entertainment purposes only. Oh, and AMC's earnings, they're expected to lose about 10 cents per share and a revenue of $1.03 billion for that quarter. Ryan Cohen, when he first started up Chewy, he didn't take a salary for a very, very long time. And that's just exactly what he's doing with GameStop. I mean, these companies that he's going through, they're like trophies to him. He's going to take a company that's not doing so hot, and then he's going to make it do really, really good. That's just his game. That's his thing. That's what the super rich do. He did it with Chewy. He'll do it with GameStop, and who knows where he's going to go next. Or maybe he'll stay here forever. Who knows? But I really, really appreciate y'all listening to my rant. God bless you, and have a great one.